There's this fitness content creator named Elijah Mundy who recently posted this video.
Hey, buddy, you are a casual lifter. You're not a bodybuilder. Give that persona up. You'll never be on a stage. You never plan on being on a stage. You'll never need to be 4 or 5% body fat a day in your life. Nobody cares that you track your calories. Nobody cares you track your macros. You look weird taking your meal preps to dinners with friends and family. Mind you, if you ever wanted to get right back on track, it can take as little as 12 hours or it can take as maybe as long as 48. Depends what you're doing. You're not losing progress. You're not losing anything because you never plan on being on stage. You're not in prep. What progress are we losing? Nobody cares if you take all your sets to failure. Nobody cares that you're the hardest working guy in the gym. You're a casual. We're all kind of doing the same thing. You're not better than me. I'm not better than you. We're all the same. We're casual.
And there has been a multitude of responses to it. People are disagreeing with him, calling him a weirdo, etc., etc. Me personally, I'm actually very into the whole bodybuilding niche, and I take the gym very seriously. I plan and track out pretty much all of my meals. I go to the gym 6 times a week, log everything I do at the gym, try to optimize recovery, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, I'm also just a casual lifter. There was a time in my life when I was 200 pounds at a staggering 5'6". I hated the way I looked. I didn't really want to do anything about it, and I was constantly eating everything I could, and the foods my family would make would be very calorically dense, filled with oils, nuts, and unhealthy foods. It was around 7th grade when COVID hit. This made my habits even worse because I would be inside all day, literally just being a fat chud. But this is when I was introduced to the gym. Slowly, I actually started to enjoy it. Not the results at first, I just liked going. The routine of it. It gave my day structure, and it gave me something to do. The gym became my thing, and the more it became my thing, the more I wanted to learn about it. Learn about nutrition, learn about recovery, progressive overload, the science behind it. I started consuming content, reading, watching videos, and I genuinely just fell in love with the gym. And my transformation, both physical and mental, was one of the most meaningful things that I've ever had happen to me. Because right now, I'm 5'10" and I'm 150 pounds, so I lost quite a bit. But here's where I have to be honest, that same passion that saved me eventually became something that, killed me. There's a line, and I don't think people who cross it even realizing they're crossing it until they're on the other side. For me, the line was somewhere around calorie tracking. I mean, calorie tracking is genuinely one of the most powerful tools ever. Learning how to track my food changed my body, changed my understanding of nutrition, and gave me a level of control over my health that I had never had before. I still track to this day, but that's not the problem. The problem was when tracking went from a tool to a compulsion. There was a period in my life where I was tracking the 3 calories in a sugar-free soda. 3 calories. I'm not saying this to flex on how detailed I was saying. I'm saying it because looking back, that's not optimization. That's anxiety masked as discipline. And it didn't stop there. I started refusing to eat out with my friends and family, not because I didn't want to spend time with them, but because I had no way of knowing the exact calorie count of a restaurant meal. And in my head at the time, an unknown calorie count was literally like a threat to me. It was something to be avoided. It meant that I might go over my calorie goal, and going over genuinely just felt like failure to me. Even if I was well within a reasonable range, even if any registered dietitian in the world would have told me I was completely fine, I would not go out. And on paper, this seems fine, but I wasn't really fine in my head. When I hit 160 pounds, I had grown taller to about 5'10", and I was about 15% body fat. I wanted to get shredded to the bone. Why? Just to be shredded. Just to look cool. I had no bodybuilding show I was prepping for. I had no photo shoot to go to. I had no one I needed to impress. Nothing. I literally just wanted to do it for myself. And 160 pounds was very sustainable for me. I was holding this weight for a solid year before deciding to cut down all the way. And this is when I started crossing that line that would forever hold me back. I decided to start planning out literally every single one of my meals. I was on a 1200 calorie diet that I was going to follow every single day, which consisted of the same oats as pre-workout, chicken and rice for post-workout, 4 eggs in the afternoon, followed by a Greek yogurt bowl in the evening, with the occasional single potato as a snack. I did this for 4 months straight, and I also managed to get in 35,000 steps every day. And in the end, it worked. I dropped down to 135 pounds, so I looked great, but I felt like shit. I was lethargic, always mad, I was performing badly in school, I ignored social gatherings, had lots of brain fog. And it wasn't like I was gonna compete or anything, I just did this for the love of the game. I didn't even realize that the lethargy, the mood changes, the cognitive decline, I didn't realize those were signs I needed to do something about myself. I just thought those were signs that I needed to push harder. And what's even worse is that the fitness content I was consuming at the time, is something else. The fitness content I was consuming had all of these traits within it and just called it the grind. It was the cost of getting serious. It called them things you just push through and you get the body you want. And I believed that because people saying these had the physiques I was chasing. So obviously, they knew something I didn't. And I managed to hold it together through the end of the semester. But the moment I got back home, oh my, I couldn't stop eating anything. Everything in the house, everything I'd been restricting, everything I'd been white-knuckling for the past 2 months, I went through all of it. And I felt so ashamed at that time. Right? And let's talk about the actual environment that all this happened inside of, because I think it's impossible to have this conversation without addressing it directly. You know, fitness social media is probably one of the most psychologically distorting environments that a person can be in. And I say that as someone who genuinely loves this space and plans to be a part of it. After your feed becomes solely elite athletes, sponsored bodybuilders, and people who are genetically gifted, your mental state just becomes, oh, I need to get like these guys. And the way it's presented to you looks attainable. It looks like the result of just working hard, eating enough, eating clean enough, being disciplined. And if you're not there yet, then maybe you're just not trying hard enough. But that's not true. So now let's talk about Elijah's actual point. His message is that most people in the gym are not professional bodybuilders. They will never be professional bodybuilders, and they will never get to a point in their life where they will need to be stage lean. Most people are not training for the Olympics. Most people are just regular guys who want to look better, feel better, stay healthy, and live their lives. And the culture of treating the gym like a religion, where you can't miss a session, where food is either clean or dirty, and where your entire identity is built around your physique, that culture is not serving the majority of people who lift. And in my personal opinion, he is 100% correct. I think people are just pushing back the framing of what he said, because there's a version of that message that sounds like, stop trying so hard, or, quote, your dedication is weird, unquote. And for people who have genuinely used the gym to pull themselves out of a dark place, being told to dial it back feels dismissive. And it feels like someone is minimizing the thing that changed their life. And I understand that reaction to it. However, I think that people need to realize that yes, lifting can help people. But at the end of the day, you're just a casual. The gym is a hobby, just like anything else. It's honestly crazy to me how this is controversial. If you take something like playing guitar and bring it to this extent, then everyone would have the same take, that being a hardcore person who spends 24 hours a day solely playing the guitar just to not produce any music may be seen as weird. And for some reason, people will see another person whose life revolves around the gym and not bat an eye. Now, I'm not saying you have to completely disregard the gym. If you want to pursue bodybuilding, then pursue it. If you want to be a hardcore casual, then be a hardcore casual. No one is stopping you. And if you let the words of someone online stop you, then you were never really cut out for it in the first place. But the gym is really just another hobby that helps people stay in shape. Yes, take it seriously. Yes, continue to meal prep. Yes, continue to optimize your workouts. But at the end of the day, other people will view you with the same kind of confusion as you would look at someone who revolves their life around getting better at video games. We're all just a bunch of people trying to do things we enjoy. But trying to do things we enjoy should not impact the lives of those around us and should not be a burden to anyone but ourselves. So stop refusing your mom's dinner because of the calories it has. She worked hard to make that meal. Stop refusing your dad's ribeye steak because he basted it in too much butter, because he too worked hard to make that. And if you are actually doing bodybuilding professionally, I would think your parents would acknowledge that when making food, but who am I to speak on that? And once again, regarding Mundy's message, the people who need to hear this message are the ones who are where I was. The ones who are in the middle of the obsession but calling it dedication. The ones who have outsourced their self-worth to a scale or a set of abs. It's the ones who are quietly declining social events because it doesn't fit their meal plan. The ones who are in their teens, deep in fitness social media, genuinely believing that anyone who doesn't train like an elite athlete is lazy. Those people need someone to say, hey, this isn't the only way. Taking care of your body does not require making your body your whole personality. You can go to the gym, you can eat well, you can track your progress, and still have a life. You don't need to bring everything you're doing into a halt, though. I still go to the gym 6 times a week. I'm still tracking my calories, and I'm still trying to log all my sessions and optimize recovery. Nothing's changed. Except for one thing, which is that the gym is no longer my identity. It's just part of my life that I love. It's something that I prioritize. It's something that I take seriously. But it's something that I know, oh, I can miss a session if something important comes up, and I don't spend the rest of my day in a bad mood about it. I can eat a good meal with my family and not calculate the macros in my head, and I can be present for that meal. And I think serious training isn't really the problem here. I think the relationship you have with it is. And I think the most important question any lifter can actually ask themselves is not, quote, am I working hard enough? It's really the question of, is lifting like this making my life better, or is it making my life worse? That's just something to think about. You know, if you guys have made it this far, thanks for watching. If any of you guys have a story like this, leave it down in the comments. I genuinely would like to read them. And if you're somewhere in the middle of what I described earlier, I just want you to know it gets better on the other side. If you guys like content like this, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I plan to do videos like this weekly, and if you guys have any suggestions, just leave it in the comments, and I'll be sure to do a video on it. It can literally be about anything, just let me know. See y'all in the next one.